Now in this theorem 1.4, we are going to prove that root 2 is irrational. Of course, all of you know that root 2 is irrational. You know the square root of all prime numbers are irrational. That is what you have learnt in class 9. But now we are going to prove it theoretically using a method called the law of contradiction, method of contradiction. That is, first initially we are going to say that it is something else, and finally we are going to prove that because our assumption is wrong, it is the other way. So let us start the problem. I will help you with these steps one by one. Now what we are going to take is, we are going to take the contradictory statement. Contradictory means the opposite statement. What is opposite to irrational? Opposite of irrational is rational. So we are going to take the contradictory statement, that is we are going to assume, let us assume that root 2 is rational. If you assume root 2 is rational, then you know that all rational numbers can be written in the form p by q. So root 2 also can be written in the form p by q. You just consider that root 2 is equal to some p by q. Now this p and q may have common factors. When you prime factorize p and when you prime factorize q, you may or may not, I am not telling it is always, but there are chances for p and q to have common factors. So after cancelling all the common factors, we are going to have this root 2 will be equal to some a and b. We will have root 2 is equal to a and b, a by b, where a and b are co-primes. What is the meaning of co-primes? Co-primes means the highest common factor of a and b is 1. That is, they don't have any other number as common factor except 1. So now we have shown that root 2 is equal to a by b, where a and b are co-primes and they don't have any other common factor except 1. Now what we are going to do is, we have root 2 into b is equal to a. I have taken this b to the other side. Squaring on both sides, we will get 2b squared is equal to a squared. That implies b squared is equal to some a squared divided by 2. Now we have shown that a squared divided by 2 is equal to b squared. That is, a squared divided by 2 is giving you a value b squared. That means 2 is dividing a square. From this statement you can see that 2 divides a square. Now you bring that theorem 1.3 into your mind. If a prime number p divides a squared, then it will divide a also. So using that theorem 1.3, we can say that 2 divides a. That is, we can write, now we are telling that 2 divides a. So a is going to be divisible by 2. When you divide a by 2, you will get some whole number as answer. It is not going to be a decimal answer. That answer we are going to take as c, where c is a constant integer. It will be an integer. So a by 2 is equal to c. That implies a is going to be 2c. Now we are going to substitute that this A is equal to 2C, in this step we have B squared is equal to A squared. Instead of A squared we are going to substitute 2C the whole square divided by 2. That implies B squared is equal to 4C squared by 2. This 2 and 4 can be cancelled. So we get B squared is equal to 2C squared. Now we can write this as B squared by 2 is equal to C squared. Now here you can see that B squared by 2 is equal to C squared. This shows that 2 divides B squared. This step shows that 2 divides B squared. Now using that theorem 1.3, what we can say is, we have shown that 2 divides B squared. Using theorem 1.3, we can say that if a prime number divides B squared, then that prime number will divide B. So 2 divides B. Already we have shown that 2 divides A. Now we have shown that 2 divides B. Now 2 divides both A and B. That is, 2 is a common factor there. Common factor of A and B. But what did we say in the beginning? We have shown that A and B are, but A and B are co-primes. They don't have any common factor other than 1. They don't have any other common factor other than 1. But we are able to show that now it has another common factor too. So this contradiction has happened. This contradiction, what is the contradiction? We have told that A and B are co-primes, but now you can see that they are not co-primes. They have one number 2 as a common factor. So this contradiction is due to our wrong assumption. Only because of our wrong assumption we are getting such a statement. So now we have concluded that this contradiction happened because of our wrong assumption. So our assumption is wrong, which is not true. Then what is going to be the original statement? Therefore, that implies we have proved, we can put therefore. Therefore, we have proved that root 2 is irrational.